It's the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee. Harrisville, a small New Hampshire town centered around a beautifully preserved 19th century textile mill. Located in the heart of the region, Harrisville is one of New England's most tranquil and picturesque villages, with historic buildings, scenic lakes, and the award-winning Harrisville General Store. It's also home to motorcycle designer Walt Siegl, an Austrian native who makes high-end Ducati motorcycles, the kind that famous actors, whom we can't name, special order from Hollywood. Working out of one of the town's iconic mill buildings, Siegl has built one of the top custom motorcycle shops in the country.
So the Walt Siegl story starts in Austria. Do you remember your first motorcycle?
I was exposed to motorcycles all my life through my grandfathers and my father. They all had bikes, so bikes were just part of me growing up. So as you can see here, Richard, this is an extremely nice cut. It needs fairly little cleanup job. It was ready to be bent in shape and then bolted onto the bike. The secret to the success of my company is that we allow each client a big word in how the motorcycles are built. All the ergonomics, the style, the geometries are usually geared towards how the client is using their bike. So it's one of the big secrets. This is one of our 4 models based on the Ducati engine. We give each client the possibility to pick suspension components, pick brake components, wheels, color, and to a certain extent even finishes on the bodywork. In this case, for example, this is an aluminum tank. The client really wanted to show the aluminum feature through his graphics. The bodywork is Kevlar and carbon fiber. Although it's part of an overall series motorcycle, each bike still looks significantly different from each other. This is our latest model, which is a true superbike. It's significantly lighter than any stock motorcycle. Therefore, the bike also handles much easier. So it is a high-tech marvel. Motorcycle design and motorcycle technology has made leaps and bounds over the last 15 to 20 years by using high-tech mechanical programs, using the latest computer programs for traction control, ABS, clutchless shifting, so on and so forth.
This one is still being born.
So this one is just about finished. It still looks disassembled, but it only takes very little to actually complete this bike.
I mean, I'm just looking at the forks on this. It looks so much different.
Yeah, it's extraordinarily expensive. It's a $15,000 set of forks. But this is the absolute best that we can offer to a client that goes on a racetrack with.
What is this going to cost finished?
In this case, it's going to be $84,000.
So when did Walt Siegl decide that he could become a world-class motorcycle designer?
It just so happened. I've worked on motorcycles all my life. As a hobby, then as a racer. Raced for many years, so I had no choice but to work on my own bikes. Just through racing bikes, building my own components, I was able to come up with some answers that people that don't race bikes don't have that opportunity. Plus, I'm a trained technician and know everything about how to run a lathe, a mill, and actually build components. Making motorcycles for me is not only creating something that one can use to go from A to B or to go to the racetrack, but for me it's also an outlet for my creative visions of what a mechanical component should look like.
So what stage is this one at?
So the next step would be, in order to put the fairing on, I would need to put the fairing stay on. So why don't we just do that and I'll show you how this part looks.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
We'll go from there.
Yeah. You know, looking at your bikes, they're beautiful. I know that they run well, but they're physically beautiful bikes. Where did you get your art sensibilities?
I guess having an artist as a grandfather, for example. And I always wanted to somehow do something with art. I went to art school in Austria.
This is a very quaint, lovely town. You walk in here, it's pretty.
Yeah.
How does that lend itself to the business you're in?
Well, it just adds romance to what I'm doing here. It's an old mill complex that was restored painstakingly over the years. The environment that the mill complex is in is romantic. It's beautiful. It's got lots of historic structures. It just really helps to somehow connect the craft that goes into building these machines to the environment that they come out of. Motorcycles bring you away from your daily responsibilities. They demand focus in order to be safe and also to have fun. So you can really leave all your peripheral world behind you and just be with yourself. That's what I truly love about riding bikes.